Kammuri made landfall in southeastern Luzon earlier this evening. At midnight Philippine time, it still had winds of 130 miles per hour and a pressure of 940 millibars, our latest satellite estimate. Still a Category 4 storm as it moves through southern Luzon now in Sorsogon, near Sorsogon City. Right now this is the CDPS scale, stage 8 on that scale at this point, with strong winds, a growing wind field and rainfall potential of up to 500 millimeters to fall over the area could lead to flooding and landslides. Here is the storm's current position, 13 degrees north, 124.1 degrees east. Catastrophic potential on the CDPS and a growing wind field there. The JTWC have it 255 nautical miles in the northwestern quadrant. It is 6 miles from Sorsogon City, 22 from Legazpi, 70 from Naga, 208 from Batangas and 232 from Manila. The latter of those locations under warnings, as is most of the rest of the Philippines at this point. This was the warnings from earlier, the 11 PM update, not out yet as of this update, but I expect not much will have changed. Signal 3 warnings for large parts of the southern part of Luzon and northern Visayas. They could be up to Signal 4. This is the expected rainfall expectations over the next 7 days, the pink areas denoting rain of over 75 millimeters. Given the size of this storm's cloud tops, rain rates could be extremely high as the storm passes through. The central core of it could deliver up to 500 millimeters of rain for quite a few locations along the storm's track. The expected rainfall amounts in the more populated areas, the Manila region for instance, we're looking at around 100 to 150 millimeters at the maximum. Sea surface temperatures ahead of the storm will be decreasing. They'll fall below the threshold as it enters the South China Sea, but until then, sea surface temperatures should remain fairly warm and there could be a leveling off of intensity or even some slight re-intensification. Here is the actual forecast from the GFS, takes it right the way through those islands. The model consensus is pretty close-knit, the JMA and the JTWC both saying that the storm will move through possibly a landfall on the northern tip of Mindoro and just south of Batangas Bay into the South China Sea, where it will weaken substantially by the time we get later on in the week and will dissipate as it moves towards the south, taking a big dive towards Borneo. So here are the latest wind speed probabilities then for the storm. Chances of tropical storm force winds, this is how it's looking. 81% chance in Manila. Places north of there the chances start to slip away, but you can see the main focus point of where the worst of the storm is going to pass through on this graphic. Well, the models right now, this is the latest. A little bit of a delay on the models, don't forget, so I don't think the storm will intensify at all over the next few hours. I think it will be a gradual weakening process as wind shear starts to increase, and that weakening will accelerate as the storm clears through the Philippines into the South China Sea. Sea surface temperatures will start to drop very quickly as well, and relative humidity is around average. You can see there the forecast track is in very good agreement all the way to the end really, when it takes that sharp dive towards the south-southwest. Here is the latest satellite imagery. You can see how the storm has been really veering on a due west movement up until that landfall, which occurred at approximately 15 minutes past 10 local time, and that movement looks like it's going to continue for a little while yet. The cloud top's still there, but the eye really looking not as good in those latest frames as it made landfall, and more fractures opening up in that eye wall as well, which means it will probably lose its Category 4 status pretty soon. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com. You can also find our YouTube channel. If you're not there already, you may well be. Good chance of that. Subscribe if you haven't. You can also find our Facebook page, search Force 13 all in text, and our Twitter handle, it's @Force13 on there. You can also help the project become even better by becoming a patron. You can see more information about all the benefits involved by visiting patreon.com/Force13. With a special thanks to these people for being our most valued patrons this month. You can also check out our growing merch store so you can show Force 13's colors wherever you go. You can also find a link to our Discord server underneath this video in the description.